Free agency is officially open, and we now know who the Chicago Bears are going to do a reported major push towards running back DeAndre Swift. Me, Stevo, and Big Kev, we're going to break it all down right after this.
Into Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. I'm sure one of many breaking news and live streams you're going to get today, because it's probably not going to stop at all today. Stevo, Kev, Haize, we all in the building today. And surprisingly, I did not expect the Chicago Bears kind of the first major target that they would have would be a running back. But according to Adam Schefter, the Bears expected to do a major push, and that their primary target in free agency to start off with is DeAndre Swift. This is a 25-year-old running back, 5'9", 215 pounds, played 3 seasons in Detroit, had 1 season last year in Philly where he had over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. He also had 200 yards receiving in that. It was his first 1,000-yard season of his career. I think it was also the first time he was the primary back. How you guys feeling about DeAndre Swift being the first major target for the Bears?
Well, I'm receiving some numbers and I'm trying to understand it for a second. Okay. So they said the Bears. This is Adam Schefter. He said the Bears are giving DeAndre Swift 3 years, $24.5 million.
Oh, he signed.
Yeah, $15.3 million.
$15.3 million guaranteed, according to his agent Trayvon Smith.
Shit. Okay.
I'm not mad at it.
Well,
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at the deal either, but the thing is here's what I want to. So he clearly now joins a running back core of Roschon Johnson, Khalil Herbert, who looked better in the passing game than I think a lot of us expected. Roschon Johnson, who really feels like that all-around back. He played on more third downs than any other back for the Chicago Bears. Where do you think DeAndre Swift factors in that? And I'm going to update the title of this video so everybody knows he's officially signed, but go ahead.
To me, well, everybody knows, like, I was never the biggest Khalil fan. So to me, as an overall back, I do agree that DeAndre Swift is an overall better back than Khalil Herbert is. Not only can he somewhat be a bell toe, but he can also change the pace as well. He has that speed. And I just like the way he plays. Not only is he little, but he knows how to find reads. His cut game is pretty serious. His vision is pretty good. Something I've always wanted Khalil to work on is his vision. And he's been in some high pressure games, and he's been around some serious talent. So to be as young as he is at the position, he's pretty much a veteran at this point. So I like the signing. I mean, it's to me 8.1-ish a year is a little bit expensive, but he is probably a top 10 back in my opinion.
It's less than what like Saquon them gonna want and Jacobs, and it's gonna shut all the fans up. Who all the fans that's gonna be like, oh, we want Saquon, we want Josh Jacobs, or we want this player. Now the Bears can move forward. They've shored up their running back room. They weren't really sold on Deontay last year. What's his name? Foreman.
Yeah.
He definitely started the season in the doghouse for whatever reason, and then when he did play, he played well. But then he found himself not really playing much toward the end of the season. I also know that Swift is a healthy running back. He's only 25 years old.
Point. Yep.
And he's a Georgia Bulldog. And they come into the league, and a lot of times they play really, really well. I liked him when he played for Georgia. I didn't like him when he played for Detroit. But as a feature back last year with Philly, he did get 1,000 yards. And he can catch the ball out of the backfield too, Steve-O. So I don't know what this means for Khalil Herbert, but I feel like the Bears are going to move forward with Roschon and DeAndre Smith, depending on how training camp goes, obviously.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's the thing. So everybody's asking how the Bears can get more draft picks. And I'm saying regardless, I'm not saying that this is in place of the quarterback or the number one overall situation, but they could very well look to pivot and move Khalil Herbert for a 4th or 5th round pick in this upcoming draft. Now that they have Swift, and if they do look at Swift and Roschon as that 1-2 punch, because they offer a very different skill set, and now maybe that could make Khalil Herbert a little bit redundant. You don't have to worry about his future contract situation. Kind of get yourself out of that, allow another team to deal with that, get you another draft pick in a draft where Ryan Poles may be looking for a little bit more draft capital there.
I mean, you could go that way, but I also feel like it's a way for him to possibly take him less money because to me, I don't know if it's a big enough market out there for him,
Mhm.
honestly, because to me, in this position behind somebody such as a Swift, I feel like that's where you're gonna get his greatest production. We seen his greatest production when Montgomery was in front of him, and he was just that change of pace guy, and that's why I feel like it's just his best fit. He's always
Yeah.
gonna be a number one, or I mean a number two running back, in my opinion, until he learns how to read holes. You don't know how to read holes good, and that's a primary thing you need to learn how to do as a running back. So if I look at it two ways, you could go that way. You could trade him for a first round pick, bring in somebody else that at the running back position through the draft, something you've shown you can do with Rojo and others, or you could keep him and put him at the position that he probably is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, let me make no mistake about it. There's a complete world in which they operate and start off next season with all three backs. Maybe they don't look to make something at the trade deadline. Maybe they don't look to move it at all. They just let Khalil go into free agency. We know Ryan Poles. I will say this. This is more than I expected Ryan Poles to be willing to pay for a running back. This is more money than David Montgomery got, for example, for the Detroit
Yeah,
Lions. So,
yeah, isn't he 6 a year, right?
yeah, about 6.5 per year. So,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think what they did look at is the fact that he went to Philly. Now, don't get me wrong, he did go to a. I can't really say that because yeah, I will say the Philly line is technically better, but Detroit line is not super far off at all. So
mhm.
like he's been behind decent lines for the most part. So I can't say like his but it is something to look at when you go to another team and you get 1,000 yards on the. I mean, yeah, they're a run heavy team, but he did his thing. So
Yeah.
and I've always felt like he was one of those backs that I appreciated. He was on the start of the season, he was on a tear, and he kind of slowed down. But it is what it is. But like I said, coming in, he's already the best running back in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
for
you
sure.
can't really argue that. And the Bears, they're going to be near the top of the league in rushing again. Let's just get that out the way, especially when they shore up
Probably.
that offensive line, when they go get their center, when they go get help. I mean, it don't matter if it's going who the quarterback's going to be. Now, obviously, Justin Field plays a major role in how many rushing yards the Chicago Bears average. But DeAndre Swift is no slouch. He's averaged over 5 yards per carry at least once in his career,
Mhm.
and over 4.5 yards for his entire career. So we know that he's going to go out there and just go out there and get a first down, second down, and we're going to have a coach, a offensive coordinator who's not going to not run when he needs to run. We know what he's all about. He throws when he needs to run. He runs when he needs to pass. I'm excited to see what the new offensive coordinator has in store for the running game as well.
Well, that's the thing. That's the one knock on Shane Waldron is people question how versatile the Bears are going to stay in the rushing game. And the way that I look at it is that we came in with already a solid rushing foundation, right? So he gets to build on top of that. And getting a back like DeAndre Swift tells me that no, they're not going to forget the running game at all. Yeah, they're going to pass more, but with how run heavy we were last season, there's more than enough room to increase that passing and still have enough touches to go around for a multi-back a backfield. So it just determines on how that's going to balance out. Now, with looking at what our running back core is at least right now shaped up to be, if something could change. What do you expect the splits to be as far as the carries? Do you look at snaps, not necessarily carries, because I do think DeAndre Swift's going to get the majority of the carries, but as far as playing snaps, do you think that we could see a dual back lineup with him, Roshan out there? Because I think there could be a call for that.
Oh yeah, the Bears like Roshan. There's no
Yeah.
question that he's going to get touches. My question to you guys is, doesn't Shane Waldron do a lot of play action? If I'm not mistaken, when we
Mm-hmm.
were studying
He,
him,
he he mixes a lot. Like he
yeah,
does like use, but his core is power. But that's what makes it a little bit different because he does decide to play action out of that. So it almost favors us in the thing because I see somebody in the comments like, you do realize we was best rushing because of Justin. No, it wasn't. It was
Well,
because
he was a big part of
he,
that,
he's
and
yeah.
a
that may
big
be
part
why.
of it.
And that may be
Yeah,
why you see them getting another running back again. I'm not saying that this means anything
yeah,
towards that, but he was a big part of it. But he wasn't the only reason
yeah.
why. Go ahead, Steve. I'm
He
sorry.
wasn't
Go
the
ahead.
yeah, but I'm saying he wasn't the only reason, and that's primarily what our line is best at, run blocking. So
Mhm.
we're always going to focus on running. And you talking about stop the cap. I'm not capping, but okay. But anyway, End of the day, I feel like the way type of DeAndre, the way he is, he can be bell cowish. So I could see him getting close to, depending on the game, if he's hot, 20 snaps a game.
Yeah.
But I could see it between like 16. Rojo get about 6 or 7 and key parts in the game.
And if Justin Fields stays, we can see him running 3 or 4 times a game as well, just off schedule type stuff. Like Nick Obrick, we understand where you're coming from. He did have a career, almost broke the record for rushing quarterback a couple of seasons ago. And then last year, he did run for 700 yards. But again, a lot of the rushing that Justin Fields did was because of breakdowns, not because of like scheduled runs. So we'll see how that plays to Shane Waldron. But I do know that Russell Wilson didn't run a lot with him. I know that the young man that was in Seattle this last season, what's his name? I just forget his name real quick. He got paid, the quarterback from Seattle.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Yeah, he didn't run a lot either. So I think Shane Waldron is going to try to make sure that Justin Fields gets out of the pocket, but not necessarily is rushing for 700 yards.
Yeah, and the thing is too is that I think that it's design runs versus the way that Justin kind of used it when plays broke down are very different things. And Shane Waldron, to Kev's question earlier, he runs mostly. We're going to be under center a lot more, and that's kind of more indicative of using your running backs. It's not to say that you still can't have design plays for your quarterback, but again, I think that you're going to see more structure to the offense, and that's going to be kind of that change there. So that may be why you kind of see a signing like this. So.
And just to bring clarification, last year Justin had 657 yards rushing, and Khalil had 611. And they played, and Justin played 13 games. Khalil played 12, and Foreman was right behind him with 400 yards. So like that, my whole point is our identity was running for the most part. It wasn't just Justin out there torching us like in year two. You two, I get you that he was the primary reason why we was rushing the way we were. But this year, he wanted to step back. We wanted to see him more passing and more situational passing. Reason with why he was passing over 25 times compared to probably he was lucky to see 20 passes last year.
Yeah, agreed. So I mean, this is a nice signing, nice way to open up free agency. Kind of expected. I kind of expected maybe more defensive line or something to go first. And keep in mind, Ryan Poles has not typically spent a whole hell of a lot of money on the offense. So this is a sign that, hey, we got that new offensive coordinator in Shane Waldron in, and it may be a little bit change of mindset there. Anything left to add, fellas?
You know this. You know this.
Right back.
You know them Caleb Williams motherfuckers. We're definitely getting Caleb Williams now.
At this point, it doesn't matter what happens. Like literally with the Bayard signing yesterday, people were like, "This absolutely means we're keeping Justin." Like we didn't need to fill the safety regardless. Like I
don't know how a safety means we keeping Justin. I don't know what told. I don't know how y'all got that. But like I said, like, for both sides, they're gonna try to fit their narrative to fit anyway. Just sit back and see what the hell's gonna happen. Hopefully, it happened today.
So I think the Bears are going to address probably something else defensively next. Maybe Christian Wilkins is on their docket, but we're going to see what they're looking at. And then, of course, do y'all think they should just look into the draft for their offensive line needs, or that they should go into free agent as well?
Well, the thing is, unless they're going to use the number 9 overall pick, the center, the position that we may need the most, is not going to be there unless they get a second round pick. So, I mean, of course, there's tackles and guards, of course, that you could take. So I do think that we're going to see some offensive linemen in free agency as well. I think it's going to be some really good depth ones. I actually covered on today's daily. Every time, I'm glad I got it out when I got it out, because the daily is almost going to be null and void at this point. It just is what it is. But yeah, man, I think we're going to see. I definitely think a 3-tech is going to be on the menu at some point in the first 2 days. So either today or tomorrow, they're going to get a 3-tech. I feel pretty confident in that.
We ain't getting no damn T. Higgins.
That's not happening.
T. Higgins going to cost way too much.
We ain't got the bread.
Listen, I tried to set Thursday of last week. I tried to set the expectation of y'all. That's not happening. It's not happening. Y'all can let that go. The Danielle Hunter, the T. Higgins, those signings are not happening. It's not happening.
Bro, I don't know. Bro, he gonna ask for like 22. We ain't got it. Yeah. We ain't got it no more. We done swiped our credit card a little too much.
We don't even need it though. Like T. Higgins would be nice. Gabe Davis, all of that. But I don't think that's what the Bears need. They're gonna draft one of these high core wide receivers. There's at least 4 of them that are quality coming out of college right now. So there's no need to break the bank. What you think, Steve-O? Is less than 4?
No, it's not even that. Based on what I've looked at in the mock draft and based on how I've seen the past drafts go, I feel like if we go to the Caleb or the quarterback route, it's going to be very difficult to get both one of those wide receivers that we actually want. I feel like, or left tackles. I think our best bet is best drive availability at 9, our edge, or we trade the pick. It's one of those 3 options to me if we get a quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess we'll see, man. I think for his wide receiver, I'm once they came out, Pro Football Focus said that Curtis Samuel's projected to get a 2-year, $17 million deal. I could definitely see the Bears getting him for that.
Yep.
For a wide receiver option. So.
But that probably would be the end of Mooney if they bring in Samuel.
It would, yeah, because I mean they're very similar as far as body makeup, things like that. But I also think that Curtis Samuel, he's a better player than Darnell Mooney. Just is.
Yeah.
So.
What's Curtis' age?
26, I believe.
Yeah, mid-20s.
Yeah.
Bro, I thought he was older than that. I really thought he was older. So Curtis Samuel is
unless I'm tripping.
20.
He's 27. He was born in 1996.
Okay. There you go, 27. So,
boy, they gave me the roll. Curtis Samuel. This nigga said 46. I said, "Whoa,
46."
You talking about an old dude?
It was a former old tackle.
Yeah. I mean, he played at Ohio State too. So his best season was with the Panthers in 2020.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Hey, I'm sure we're gonna be live 5-4 more times today. 11 times we're gonna be on this live stream today. It's gonna be a combination of some of the 5 of us that host this channel. You'll see our faces a lot today, and we'll be watching. You guys know, news breaks, we break. That's just what it is. That's how we operate here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. One thing I can guarantee y'all with this, we're the only true daily Chicago Bears channel on all of YouTube, and we're going to get you the breaking news. We're going to get you analysis. We're going to get you all of that. Oh, shit. I was hoping you wasn't going to see it.
I got to cook a nigga. First of all, you think I'm taking anything serious and we don't even know how to pronounce your motherfucking name? What is – first of all –
tonsillitis.
That shit sound like a fucking sneeze, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, bro. Get your own platform and they'll listen to you. Oh, wow. You ain't got fucking one. So shut your motherfucking mouth.
Tom Melangelis.
You in the show now.
All right, y'all. Love you guys. Shot town up, bear down. We'll see you guys again.
Hepatitis C, hepatitis D.